So, it seems like Pink Godzilla have become the biggest talking point from the first official trailer of Godzilla x Kong: The New Empire. As a result, I felt I should make a video to address some of the concerns regarding this brand new look of our very own King of the Monsters. Before that, let me remind you who exactly is Godzilla as a matter of fact. Godzilla is a living nightmare, a force of destruction who was born out of the utter chaos that was created by human beings themselves by their reckless exploitation of Mother Nature. He is the epitome of death and destruction and undoubtedly one of the worst things to happen to the humans within his world. And that is exactly how the character was represented in the 2014 Godzilla movie, which started off Legendary Studios' Monsterverse franchise. 9 years down the line, within the same franchise, we see Godzilla glowing up in bright pink colors, and running alongside Kong like a scared little teenager. Is this really what we, the hardcore fans of this iconic larger-than-life monster and one of the most popular fictional characters, would love to see? This is the question that I am going to address in this video. Before I go into that, I just want to make a quick and brief statement at this point. Talking about comic book movies, games and TV shows is my biggest passion. If you want me to continue doing this and make more such contents, I request you guys to do me a simple favor. Please spend 1 second of your time to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Trust me, it truly means the world. Before we can understand whether this version of Godzilla is a great transformation or the biggest downgrade in the history of the character, we need to take a look back at the entire progression of the Monsterverse up until now. Let us start with the 2014 Godzilla movie, which basically started off the Monsterverse franchise. That movie is not just my favorite Monsterverse movie but one of my all-time favorite monster movies to be ever made. The reason I say that is because the movie is absolutely emotional, philosophical, full of suspense and most importantly, it does complete justice to the character of Godzilla right from his design and CGI to his morals and representing what he actually stands for. In that movie, the character was portrayed exactly the way he should be, a dark, haunting and menacing larger-than-life titan who is the one true protector of Mother Nature. The same can be said about the very next movie, which is Kong Skull Island 2017. While not nearly as good as the previous movie in the franchise, it was everything it needed to be. This movie delivers the same justice to Kong as Godzilla 2014 did to Godzilla. While not as dark and haunting as Godzilla 2014, it did establish the world of Skull Island and the mystery associated with it in the best way possible. Most importantly, the movie successfully manages to establish Kong as this giant iconic larger-than-life monster who is a king in all sense of the word. The next movie in the franchise is called Godzilla, King of the Monsters, which came out in the year 2019. This is the movie which took the Monsterverse in a very different direction. With the introduction of a whole group of titans like Mothra, King Ghidorah and Rodan, this movie made it very clear that Legendary Studios was going to expand this franchise in a major way. This movie really brought in that MCU kind of science fiction element and unrealistic tone to the franchise. King of the Monsters is my second favorite Monsterverse movie after Godzilla 2014. I believe it was executed really well and had lots of really cool and iconic moments. The cinematography and the shots in this movie were absolutely beautiful and gorgeous. This particular shot of Godzilla standing tall and roaring in all his glory has to be one of the greatest shots in all of cinema, but there was one little problem which I kind of disliked about the movie. King of the Monsters actually took away an important element of the franchise which the first two movies established so perfectly. This movie made you feel like Godzilla is some kind of a superhero and a protector of human beings. I think this particular scene right here makes my point absolutely clear. This movie fails to stand by the fact that Godzilla is the protector of Mother Nature and the ecosystem. He can never be a superhero to human beings. But other than this little flaw, I really liked everything else about the movie and the portrayal of all the titans that featured in the movie. I felt it really managed to take the Monsterverse to a whole new level and laid the foundation to expand the franchise beyond anyone's imagination. Then comes the most recent movie within the franchise, which was promoted as the biggest clash of the titans in cinema history. Godzilla vs. Kong, 2021 for me is undoubtedly the most forgettable out of all the 4 Monsterverse movies. I think this movie kind of failed to live up to its hype, although I still believe it was quite a decent monster movie. The biggest problem that I felt regarding this movie was that, if we leave out the final battle, Godzilla barely had any screen time. He had very little to do with the overall storyline in the movie. This movie was essentially a Kong movie with Godzilla acting like a secondary character. Other than that, Godzilla vs. Kong still managed to maintain the integrity of both Godzilla and Kong's character. So, what I basically want to prove from this long analysis is that, so far Legendary Studios have managed to uphold the integrity and dignity of Godzilla's character and all other titans for that matter. There is no denying the fact that the character of Godzilla has gone through some major changes over the course of the Monsterverse, and he is no longer a dark haunting force of nature like he was in Godzilla 2014. But you need to understand that he is part of a fantastical science fiction shared cinematic universe where titans with superpowers and giant aliens are the lead characters. And now, the Monsterverse has become so big and popular that people around the world of all age groups, right from little kids to elderly people, are starting to take interest. With the downfall of the DCEU, the Monsterverse is currently the biggest cinematic universe right next to the MCU. So, those changes to the character of Godzilla is necessary in order to fit him into the fantastical world of the Monsterverse and to make him a lovable character for people of all age groups including little kids. Having said that, Legendary Studios have still managed to uphold the integrity and dignity of Godzilla's character and all other titans for that matter. So, I believe they have honestly done an awesome job with regards to that. This finally brings me to this new look of Godzilla that has been the biggest talking point of the brand new Godzilla x Kong trailer. All I can say that at this point it would be really premature for fans to come to the conclusion that Godzilla's character has been ruined based on just a couple of shots from a 2-minute-long trailer. As I said, Legendary Studios have never failed to do justice to the character of Godzilla up until now, and it is highly unlikely that they are going to mess up this time. If you are thinking that Godzilla is slowly starting to become a joke just like Hulk's character within the MCU, you are totally wrong. You can trust me on that. Although I do believe that the pink color on Godzilla looks a bit campy in this day and age, but I am going to have to wait for the movie to give my full judgment. I would have preferred if his dorsal plates and atomic breath had a deep red color or something. But as I said, we should wait for the release of the movie before we make any serious judgments about the portrayal of Godzilla. So, that is all for this video. What do you think about Godzilla's new look? Let me know in the comments down below. And please do not forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.